Okay, public records, Exhibit 4 criminal claims filed in CV 25-02453 for the record on 11/12/2025. Okay, so this is a public record document. Exhibit 4, referral criminal claims against these people, et al. Okay, and so you can see that here. So what this is a letter that they presented me at one of the meetings, one of the last two meetings before, because we haven't had one since, because of what they're doing here and the threats that are going on. And so they handed this to me, and it says, here it is. This is on July 14, 2022. I believe the 15th is when we had the meeting. So they had this all done before they came there. And
Not only did they have it done, but he also prepared blank copies for the 6 or 7 other people.
Yeah, so we got 2 people here. Let me read it. Dear Wilcox Ranch, POA, as my obligation to pay dues to the Wilcox Ranch Property Owners Association is defined by the Declaration of Reservations, and that contract expired in 2001. I'm returning the bills for 2021 and for 2022 unpaid. If you believe my understanding is incorrect, please provide the documentation that authorizes the continuation of billing and justification in doing so. Okay, the justification in doing so is you voted a perpetuity vote and recorded it. Okay, you knew about this Declaration of Reservation. They've been running it for 15 years. So if that's true, you just ripped everybody off for 15 years. And you're running a fraudulent operation there. And you're advised by attorneys. And when they handed to me, they said they got an attorney. I said, well, you tell your attorney to give me a letter. And they never did. And I believe their attorney's Patrick Ramey Millsap. Okay, that's their attorney. And so he never said anything. He never made any advisements or anything telling me how to do. I have letters in here from other law firms knowing about this Declaration of Reservations. And Gail Kern knew about it because we showed it in a previous video, Mr. Belfort motion to reopen due to fraud upon the court, Exhibit 4, where she's already reviewed all this stuff and they already voted in the perpetuity. Okay, and they're in there writing checks after they resign, big fat $2,000 checks, writing these checks after they resign. Who authorized that when there was no board? They just did it on themselves because that's how they were operating this stuff. This thing is full of financial frauds, and they're refusing to look at it. But so these people are the one I believe provided this letter, and then here's the rest of the group who are all adverse. And these people, most of them are up in there. And I believe that they're on the inside. They know about developments up there because of what's going on. They're in this for profit and gain. Why they're leaning on our title rights, threatening us. This guy here, he's over there grading and moving the road up onto our property when I'm not around. Okay, and he's a trespasser. He does that again, he'll be sued in federal court if he touches my property again and my rights. And he's been told. So they do this again and keep moving the property up on my property. He's automatic lawsuit in federal court against him. Okay, then he gets his, now this person, this person, this one, this one. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 adverse properties. Basically 10. Because the former president and secretary treasurer, they decided they didn't have to pay anymore after they've been doing this, and they're the ones that caused the perpetuity vote. And they tried to pull that on us. You know, costing me my time and running over there to go to court against them and all this stuff. Okay, I don't get paid for this, but they're certainly not going to lean on my title rights. This is going to quiet title. So these are your adverse parties right here. Now this one, these guys here, they all voted the perpetuity, and this one didn't here. Okay, he probably did it, I'm suspecting, because his father told him to do it. So I don't think he has any tin, or he doesn't understand it, but he's involved in it. Okay, he's talking about that he, at one of the meetings that he thought he was going to have to knock Mr. Belfort out. Okay, because he's basically standing up for his property rights, and I heard that. I thought he was going to have to knock him out. Mr. Belfort, and I'm in the same boat. You're leaning on our title rights or committing fraud. So you want to keep this up. We're gonna testify to the public about all of these exhibits, and there's over 100 of them, and we're on number 4. So you want to keep this up. You don't want to try to settle this, and you've already damaged us. Okay, you're not getting away with this. Financially, you've damaged us. You've threatened Mr. Belfort for all kinds of stuff, and you're threatening me. You're threatening to harm us. We're getting several threats to bury us, catch us in stores, and putting your hand in your pocket like you got a weapon in there, and all this stuff, putting debris and nails and rocks in the road, all this stuff to menace us and threaten us so we can't enjoy our property. Okay, we're not putting up with this. And the district attorney does nothing about it. Okay, but try to cover up their frauds and their dereliction of duties in cases RSC 2025-00740 and CV 25-00680, full of fraud and violations of due process. And this is being done by the district attorney. Stand by. This is Exhibit 4, referral criminal claims. Stand by.